Fat and Spicy is back as we search far and wide and local for the hottest wings.
Here are 2 boxes of wings that I'm going to let Fat tell us a little bit about because I really don't know what's going on.
We found these little gems at a place called Town Hall Burger right here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And this particular one is the hotter one that they have, which is a house sauce that the chef makes himself. And these are called the R.J. Davis Honey Chili Arbol Wings. Arbol? Don't ask me. I don't know.
Arbol is a chili pepper.
There you go.
He's had the sauce plenty of times. He just doesn't
How
remember
stupid am I?
And then this one, I don't know. THBB. What is that one?
This is going to be the buffalo. This is the hotter one, and this is just the regular run-of-the-mill buffalo wing.
All right. So each week we have been doing one for more flavor and one for more heat. I do want to preface this with saying this is their hotter wing, but I don't know. I think this is the first time in this challenge that they have not expressly said on the menu that this is a super hot wing that's going to melt your face off like the last 2 places that we did. So I'm really hoping this is going to be a really flavorful sauce as well as bring some heat. But
they told me it's hot, but that may not be for us. So
yeah, considering the last one was called the Afterburner and the one before that was called Nuclear Waste or something crazy.
Yeah.
RJ Davis, I don't know the guy, but he sounds like a nice guy, so we'll see how the sauce tastes. But as always, we'll start with the mild. And we got to say, for the first time in this 3-episode series so far of finding the hottest wings, this is the first week that we're actually eating wings and not boneless nuggets or whatever we had the first week and tenders like we did last week. So here's your wings. Let's smell it first. It smells really good. As far as buffalo goes, it smells really good.
It's all in it.
It looks a little bit different than your typical buffalo sauce. I'm used to seeing buffalo being typically kind of a bright, almost an orange type sauce.
I think it's the way
sauce.
they cook these wings.
And I have to say, that is a lot of meat on these bones.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. This is already a fantastic wing, so let's get into it.
All right.
That's really good. For buffalo, it still has some kick.
I have music delightfully playing in my head because of these wings.
I have to say this right now. When I go somewhere and I order wings, I want to be able to pull off bites of meat like that off the wing. When you go and you get these little wings and you got to nibble the little bits of meat off to try and make, some sustenance, there's nothing that's worse. That's just one bite off of this wing and there's still several more. That is a lot of meat. So really, already very highly rated in my book, as well as the flavor being phenomenal.
I am field stripping this wing. This is definitely.
Look at that. Right, that's. And still plenty of meat.
They are. They're very tender. Nice flavor. I would say this is not your run-of-the-mill buffalo wing. I can tell it's a buffalo, but it is really. They've made a little change to it that it's really good.
Yeah. Once again, I could absolutely kill these wings, but I know you're not here to see all that.
I am.
We're gonna eat these later. Let's move on to the RJ. But again, just have to say, especially for a place that is, apparently called what, a burger place, Burger Hall,
Town Hall Burger.
Phenomenal wings. Cannot be overstated that, again, the wing itself, as far as the meat, awesome. The flavor, awesome. For a buffalo sauce, most 9 out of 10 buffalo sauces taste the same. This is the 10th one that's bringing something unique. So,
yeah,
really, really good wings. I would get those again in a heartbeat.
And I have had a burger from Town Hall Burger, and it was really good.
But again, that buffalo is pretty hot. So considering this is like their hot wing, I'm interested to see how hot it is. So again, let's give it a sniff. I mean, to me, it just smells really, really good.
So this in the smelling it smells like a Thai.
Yeah, it almost a little bit Asian inspired. Something about it. It said mustard and some chili powder, stuff like that. So we'll see. Let's taste it. Again, massive.
I know.
mean,
Look at that thing, man.
I don't know what chickens they're pulling these off of, but these chickens were doing squats.
I'm scared. I can picture it now. 1, 2. That is a lot of meat.
That's what I'm saying. This is good. This is good. So this one, I was ready in the beginning to be like, oh, it's not that hot. It's just flavor. Because the last 2 weeks, the heat from, the nuclear sauce and the afterburner sauce just punches you in the face with no, not a lot of flavor. Just, an intense amount of heat. But this is this is all flavor up front. Delicious, delicious, almost very sweet sauce. And then you take that second bite. And that heat's building for sure.
Yeah. But guess what? The difference in this one as opposed to the other two, it's bringing some heat. Probably not as hot as those, although it is building. I will say that the flavor, man, you could burn my head off. But if it's got great flavor, that's just a plus.
You heard it here first from our senior wing correspondent. You can burn his head off. He'll keep eating these
But give me
wings.
some flavor.
Yeah. So, again, just, the first thoughts is that so far I think Wingstop is still the hottest. It was just, again, it was not even pleasant. It was just blow your brains out hot. Last week we had a really good mix of both heat and some delicious, delicious flavor with their hot honey. I still almost want to say I like the flavor of the hot honey, the best so far. But, both of these are right there with it. And then right in the middle, it's like the heat, again, is pretty good. But, again, the flavor, it cannot be overstated that the flavor combined with the heat is what's making this such a good wing.
And as you keep going, it is, it's building.
Yeah.
It's not unbearable, but the heat's building. So it's a nice combination of the heat and flavor. Might not be for everybody as far as, if you're not used to heat, you may go with the buffalo. But it's got some heat on it.
Yeah, again, it's like up front, very sweet. Almost feels like a little bit of an Asian inspired sauce. But then, it's like you keep chewing, you keep eating, you go on to the next wing, and that heat starts building. And I can feel it in my, the typical signs. I can feel it in my nose. The eyes, wanting to water a little bit. Obviously, a good little mouth burn, but again, really good. And also, not hot enough to keep you from finishing the wings. Again, it's pretty, significantly hot, but I would still, it's worth it to finish these off. So.
I'm not going to wash my hands. As you've seen throughout this video, these are finger licking good. There you have it. Another stop. More good wings. This one's got the heat and the flavor combined.
Yeah, I think if there was something to be said about today's wings, it's that they were the complete package. It wasn't just the flavor or just the heat. They did really well at combining it. So as far as the challenge goes of finding the world's hottest wings, these aren't the hottest. But these are definitely up there as far as the flavor and, again, just the overall package that it's bringing.
And I will take it depends on who's eating these.
Yeah, some people might, it's pretty hot.
Yeah.
But, and again, like we said before, just look at these wings. Go back, rewind it, look at them. They're massive. Definitely the biggest pieces of chicken that we've had, even outside of the tenders and stuff. probably the most meat that we've gotten so far, out of these couple episodes. So, again, shout out to Town Hall Burger. Phenomenal. If you're ever around Raleigh, North Carolina, obviously stop and get these. But yeah, next week the adventure will continue, and we will hopefully find some even hotter and tastier wings.
With all that being said, remember to keep it fat
And keep it spicy.
See ya.